Guys, so I'm back with another process video here, and me and Hannah Lemieux here on YouTube are back to our Scrappy Playdate challenges. So I showed a picture briefly of some inspiration that we were using, and Hannah had found that on Pinterest. So I'm starting with this Cosmo Cricut 8x8 pad. I think it's called Creative Girl. It's a really, really cute paper pad. It's old, but super, super cute. So yeah, I just selected some papers I want out of there, and now I'm going to cut them up into 2x7/8 by 2x7/8 square little squares. And here they are all cut out, and I'm arranging them on that 12x12 piece of paper. And there really wasn't a rhyme or reason. I'm just trying to get the different patterns and colors spread out evenly. So I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac and just glue all of those down where they are. It doesn't end up coming out perfectly perfect, but it looks okay. So now I'm taking some clear Liquitex gesso and just smoothing that over everything. And then I'm going to go in with some white gesso. And the reason I used both is so that the whole 12x12 would be, prepped in case I wanted to do anything anywhere, but I didn't necessarily know if I wanted to fade out everything in the layout. So that's why I'm going to use two different gessos. This is the picture I'm using, and it's so funny. I printed it up on my selfie. It's a 4x4. And my youngest daughter, she just wears her shoes and her socks like this, and she likes it like that, and we just let her. It's just funny. So she has like two different socks on here, like a hot pink and like a deep purple, and then she has her shoes laced up differently. They're the same shoes, so thank goodness for that, but they're laced up differently. It's just funny. So she just likes it like that. So she actually took this picture. She snapped a selfie with my phone one day, and I just thought it was funny. So I actually double matted it on the same diagonal sheet of paper. I just offset the lines, the diagonal lines, and then I'm going to double mat it again on some vellum. So that's going to be my photo. And I'm just taking some of my Utrecht gesso. I haven't been using this lately because it was stuck shut for the longest, but um, my fiance finally got it open for me, thank goodness. And even he had a hard time, so I didn't feel so weak. So, yeah. So I'm just laying that down where I want my photo to go, and I'm watering it down. So the thing about this Utrecht gesso is it's a really thick, heavy body gesso, and it's made that way so that you can add your own water to it to thin it out to the consistency that you need. So, or at least that's what they told me at Dick Blick's when I bought it. So that's what I do. So I watered it down just a bit where my photo was going to go, and then now I watered it down more, and I went along all of the raw edges of those squares just to fade them in a little bit. So I'm going to pull out some stencils here. I knew I wanted to do some kind of polka dot, but I didn't know I have a few different kinds of polka dot stencils. So I'm going to end up going with this Heidi Swap polka dot. It's just a nice clean polka dot, and my Liquitex modeling paste. So I've switched back to Liquitex. I was using Golden for a while because I didn't like the way that Liquitex was drying around the edge of the container. But when I switched to Golden, I mean, it's a nice modeling paste, but I am impatient, so I always heat mine up. And the Liquitex tends to puff up, or I mean, I'm sorry, the Golden tends to puff up where I find the Liquitex doesn't. So that's kind of why I switched back. So you can see those polka dots there that I stenciled where my photo is going to sit. And now I'm just going to add some watercolors to that area, and that's really going to bring out that stenciling. So this is just a cheap set you can get from Michael's. It's $4.99, and I even think I used a coupon on that. So very inexpensive, and I'm just using the top of the container there to mix my colors in, and I'm just going to start spreading it, and you can see those polka dots starting to come out in that texture. So I'm going to do a pink here, and then I'm going to add kind of that gray color. It has a hint of brown in it, so I mixed that color together, and I'm going to add that, and then I even mixed together like that kind of that kind of darker mustardy yellowish color that's in the papers, and I'm going to add that as well. So I did a lot of editing on this video just because I was in and out of my craft room doing this, and the footage was just really long. So there's going to be parts where it's just going to, all of a sudden stuff is going to be done. And that's just because when I first loaded this video and sped it up, it was still like 30 minutes. So yeah. So here I am. This is that kind of grayish brown color. And just adding that on there. And yeah, now I'm going to mix some of that yellow together and just add a tiny, tiny bit of it. I just wanted to kind of frame an area out where my main photo was, well, my only photo was going to be. So that's kind of the point of the watercolors. So these are some Teresa Collins stamps by Fiskars, and I thought about doing some background stamping, but I'm not going to use them for that. I will use one of the stamps, but just not for that. So I'm just going to stick some pop dots on the back of that picture. Now, these are some chipboard that I cut out of a Tim Holtz die. I believe it's called Honeycomb. It's one of his dies. I don't know what they're called exactly. Yeah, but it's a honeycomb. I cut it out 3 times out of some chipboard, and I'm just using a sponge dauber to put some gesso on it. And now I'm going to take one of those stamps, and I think it's just some like a triangle type patternish thing, and some Versamark, and I'm just going to line them up and stamp them 3 times. And then I'm taking some of the Scattered Straw Distress embossing powder and putting that over it. And what it does is it just creates a random look. So I'm going to heat up that embossing powder quick, and I'm going to wipe off the excess, rub off the excess, which is what you do with the Distress embossing powder. And I mean, it's not intended to give a super distressed look here. I didn't intend that, so it's just I wanted a little bit of color on those. So I'm just using my stamping block there as I glue them down, just to attempt to hold them down over that modeling paste. And yeah, my picture is going to sit on top of those. You see I'm like pressing down. They don't want to stick even with that Scotch Quick Dry. So yeah, that's kind of coming together for me over there a bit. So I ended up just sticking the photo down. Like, I am just the type where I'll just keep setting things around and moving things around. So at some point I have to start sticking stuff down. So that's a Heidi Swap gold glitter chipboard frame, but I'm not going to end up using it. It's going to stay there for a minute, but I'm not going to. And that wood tag with the pink on the bottom, that is from the Target Dollar Spot. They're really cute. You get 4 in a package, and they're all kind of bright colors. So I'm going to end up using this diagonal Polaroid die cut, and actually Jen from Oh Yeah It's Jen sent me that in a pocket letter with several other die cuts. So thank you, Jen, for that. It worked really cute with this layout. And that hello circle, that's from that Dear Lizzie chipboard still. I mean, I'm telling you, I have so many older embellishments. I'm just trying to use them up. So, yeah, so I'm going to back it with some vellum and pop up one side of it. Good morning. And good morning. My little Liv just woke up. So yeah, and I'm going to stick that down, and I'm going to layer that tag over it. So all of these are going to have foam tape on the back of that, and some of them are doubled or tripled up just because that foam tape isn't very thick, and those Tim Holt chipboard pieces and stuff are under there. So I switched the twine out on the tag. It originally had some white twine, and I went for this mustard color twine that I have. I think it's just American Crafts, like those big packages of multicolors you can buy. So before I pulled up that hello thing because I realized I wanted to throw some gold thread under there. So I did that, and that is just like, I believe it's called Coats, and you can get it at Michael's. It's just a thin gold thread, like a metallic. So here I am. I'm going to stick everything down and make sure the thread is kind of peeking out how I want it to. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that tag down. So I'm going around that Polaroid that Jen sent me with some picked raspberry, um, just to add a little bit of, I don't know, color on it. I mean, it's very colorful. I don't know. I just did. So yeah, I put that there. And that gold clip up in the top right corner of the picture, that is a Heidi Swap memory planner clip, and it has a hashtag on it, and it's gold. So that frame just kind of tucks under there, and I just glued the rest of it down with my glue runner thingy. So just having a look at some embellishments that I pre-pulled out here. These actually go with that Creative Girl collection. They're from Cosmo Cricut. They're the cutest banner phrases and letters, and they match the papers perfectly. Obviously, they're from the same collection. So I just used a banner that said happy on it, and then I used the letter ones to spell out feet, and I popped them up under the picture there. So that's actually not my title though. It's just kind of a little thing in there. I'm gonna put this gold sticker that says "Give Love Away," and that's from a Heidi Swap sheet, and it just looks so good on that tag. And then I stuck a little black heart underneath it. And I'm just having a look at the sticker sheet. I'm trying to find something to kind of go with that circle, the hello circle. This is a Heidi Swap puffy sticker, a speech bubble that says "hmm," and it's in that yellowy, mustardy color. I don't really know what to call that color, but you see what it is. And I just thought that was so funny that hmm. So now having a look through this washi tape book, again from Heidi Swap, the memory planner collection thingy from Michaels, and I'm going to use a few pieces out of here. I put that pink arrow down initially, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to end up putting some black arrows down, 3 of them. And I don't know, I mean, I'm still not in love with those arrows there, but it's just was kind of like an awkward space, so it will work for me. So those are down, and I'm going to use another thing, a little love. It says love, and I'm just going to stick that, kind of tuck it in at the bottom of that circle, kind of peeking out from under that tag. And I don't think I'm going to use anything. Oh, yeah, I do. I grabbed this one that says best. It's an arrow. It ends up being kind of hard to see because it's washy. What, honey? Go get that robe off the couch. My robe is right there. And then this is a sticker. This is from an older Heidi Swap collection. It says important. So I just threw that at the bottom of the Polaroid. And then this one says be awesome. So I'm going to put that there. And I toyed with the idea of putting this one that says stuff under important. So it would say important stuff, but it wouldn't fit right. So I didn't do that. So this is a wood veneer from Heidi Swap. Surprise, right? It's really cute. And I just dabbed some picked raspberry distress paint on there. I didn't cover the whole thing. It's just dabbed on there so you can still see part of the wood. And then I'm going to spell out trend with these black thickers. They're foam glitter thickers in the font journal, which is my favorite font of thickers. And then I used the same font but in that gold color to spell out setter, and I used an asterisk. So you can see it under that block there. Oh, now you can see it all. And then I'm just putting some Prima enamel hearts around the layout in a couple of spots. I'm almost done with that package. Those are really cute. I think you can't get them anymore. It's from a discontinued line. So I wish I would have bought many packages of them. I really like those. And I'm going to grab some, what am I doing right now? I think India ink. Yeah, and I'm going to do some black big splats with my India ink there. And that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to grab one more die cut that Jen had sent me. It's a Dear Lizzie Daydreamer, one of the bows from the die sets. And she cut it out for me in pink, so I'm going to use some pink raspberry distress ink on that, and I'm going to stick it on the tag. And you're going to kind of see me toy around with a couple other really cute die cuts she sent me, but I'm not going to end up using them on this layout. And that's really going to be it. There's nothing more to this layout. I didn't do any journaling or a date stamp on it, so I might even just go back in and just at least put the date on it. The picture is pretty self-explanatory. I'm hoping that we will know what's going on when we look at it in the future. But other than that, please make sure you go check out Hannah's channel for her video. She's at Hannah Lemieux here on YouTube. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.